Okay, we have some public comment. The first one are two very familiar faces for a lot of folks, but not for everyone. Amanda Jones and Brian Johnson. Please welcome. We're glad to have you this morning.
Thank you. I'm Brian Johnson, Amanda Jones. We're the art teachers at Martin County High School. And we have a project that we're presenting that is in process right now. Kim Jones of the Prescription Shop in downtown Stuart approached us about painting a mural on her building. It's a 70-foot long wall, 12 to 14 feet high. And we had a couple meetings discussing what subject matter to do with this mural, and we decided on the history of Martin County, and we'll present what their final design is, but we would definitely like to thank Regal Paint Center. They donated the paint. Kim has donated, Ms. Jones has donated the materials and the scaffolding and of course the wall. Also, the city of Stuart with the CRB donated or comped the application fee for the minor urban code. Without further ado, I think we'll.
Do you want to put it up on the top, Miss Krista? Oh yeah, never mind.
Wow, that's long.
And then if you could show it this way first and then turn it around. I've been watching the progress. It is awesome.
It is pretty cool.
Very cool.
So
fantastic.
This is it. This is the mural in its final form. There will be a larger section at the end with a sailfish on it, and the rays continue out onto that part of the building.
Can you tell us who are the individuals on the?
Okay, so from left to right, that is Felix A. Williams. He was the Teacher of the Year in 1956. He also helped start the Special Olympics in Florida. 500 East Ocean is behind him, and of course Pineapples below him. Of course the feed store, and then Dade County Pine, which many of the buildings were built out of, especially in the early days. Then in front of the building is Governor Martin, who the county is named after, meeting with a Seminole Indian chief. I can't recall his name at this time, but that is also Governor Martin in the middle here. The House of Refuge. And then this is Hubert Bessie. Hubert Bessie owned a lot of the land in this area. He donated the reason we have Confusion Corner instead of Confusion Sewell's Point is because he donated, Flagler wanted to run the railroad through Sewell's Point, and he didn't want that, so he donated the land. He asked Flagler, he said, I'll give you $200 plus the land, and Flagler said, well, I don't need the money, but I'll take the land. So that's Hubert Bessie, and of course Stuart was called Potsdam before it was Stuart. And then this is Trapper Nelson. And then, of course, we'll have the sailfish up on the right-hand side. Oh, there's also a chrysanthemum. Is the chrysanthemum on there?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then the tree.
Dade County Pine.
Yes, much more interesting from that view.
Very nice.
So we are about, I would say, 75% finished, maybe a little less. We're going to be there this weekend painting again. That'll be our 5th weekend. And then we're taking a weekend off after Thanksgiving, and then we'll be back at it for probably 2 more weekends. So
that's fantastic.
And
lovely.
The gold paint will be a metallic gold. It's already up. We've already tested it. So we're keeping in Martin County High School is blue and gold. And of course, Stuart is blue and gold. So we're keeping in line with that. So, and that, any
Yeah, a couple of comments, please.
And I would just like to say thank you too, because it turned out to be more than I ever thought. I bought the pharmacy almost 5 years ago, and every morning I pulled in, there was this big blank wall that just stood out, and I was like, oh, it'd be really nice if maybe someone could paint on it. And so I went to the city, and I was like, well, how about if the art department does it at the school? Would that be okay? And they were kind of like, we've never had that, but present something. So when I called Amanda, she was like, yeah, I think we would like to do that. But it's turned into something so much more than I ever thought it was going to be, and it's been really cool. So anyone who wants to come help paint on the weekends, we're there 1 to 5, or they're there mostly in the students. But we've had a lot of people from everywhere coming to help.
So you're
paint.
taking volunteers then to help?
We always take volunteers.
The art teachers did not agree with that. They had very straight faces when you said that. So.
And I also just wanted to recognize Chick-fil-A and Stuart. Last weekend, they donated lunch for all painters, so that was really nice. They donated sandwiches and lemonade, and it's just been a great experience for the kids. And also, there's a grant now available, so I shared that with all of the art teachers in Martin County. They can apply for the grant if they have a wall that they'd like to paint too.
Terrific. A couple of points. One, the pharmacy, for people that are not familiar, is at the roundabout at Colorado and Martin Luther King, right where the fountain is. So if, on the...
Diagonal from the Martin County Cleaners.
Correct. So if you're familiar with Martin Downs, Martin Luther King, where the supervisor of elections is, it's right where that intersects at the roundabout, and you can't miss it. So I've been noticing, I knew that project was coming. My daughter has actually had both of you as, are you the teacher of the year?
For the high school.
Yes, you are the Martin County Teacher of the Year. Congratulations. I thought you were. I thought that you were. And so eventually someday kids are going to paint a mural with your picture on it. And then also what I'd like to say is that Hobe Sound has done a remarkable job creating an environment where people are looking to come now and see the sides of buildings that up until recently meant nothing because they were just the sides of buildings. I think Hobe Sound has done a remarkable job. Also, if you're familiar with Wynwood Walls down in Miami, that was an area that was basically just like an old warehousing district, and now it's one of their top tourist destinations. I've been down there with my kids, and everyone's posing for pictures, and if you go on Facebook and you see these bright colored murals with young people standing in front, you know that everyone's been down there, and I'd love to see that continue. I'll be contacting you folks. We have a couple of large walls in Palm City. I know there's some large walls in Indiantown as well. So I'm very much looking forward to working with you all and the other schools. If you remember, the last time we had a project similar to this is when the bathroom facility at Stuart Beach,
Brenda Lee?
Brenda Lee. Yeah, I always know it's like Brenda Lee had done a remarkable job with the kids from Jensen, and then also down on the building at the Hobe Sound Beach. They did with the little turtles. I think it's a really way to enhance our community. So congratulations. Yeah, and then actually I just walked past it. Brenda Lee did that as well.
Thank you. And Brenda Lee also helped with this project.
She's a remarkable person. Nadia Uto, and we have a lot of homegrown talent right here. Not just the students, but the grown-ups, professional artists. Stacy Ranieri is here. She does a lot of artistic endeavors as well. So I see 2019 being a big art year for Martin County. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, our next request to speak form is Erin Smith. Good morning.
Good morning. Hi, how are you? Thank you